Face boots.
I'm a phase boots because
No, you're mana boots.
everybody just walks right all over me.
No, you're face boots because you give everybody energy and mana to be energetic and happy all the
Mana
time.
boots, yeah.
Everybody just walks
you're
right
mana
through
boots.
me.
Everyone
You
just
power
uses
us all,
you.
Flash.
Sucks your life force.
Gentlemen, we have got a draft for game number 1, Virtus.Pro versus Na'Vi, and we talked about heroes just now about which would be important. There's no Chan, no Enchantress,
And there is a Beastmaster.
is
Grab right
versus
away.
Na'Vi. Now, Na'Vi also runs it as support, right?
Oh,
boy.
Shit! These guys got a
It's
plan.
on.
Where's your roar at now?
All right, all
Oracle
right.
just dispels that instantly. Beautiful. And the pressure on the mid lane, you talked about that, Shiver. You have an Earth Spirit in the draft. It makes it very easy to pressure Dendi.
Well, I mean, welcome to how to beat Na'Vi. You know, pressure Dendi and find a way to deal with the other big stunner in the game. And it looks like that with their first 2 picks, pretty good so far. But oh no, it's IO. Not good. I mean, an IO pick. I mean, it's not all about the mid now. It's about, are they going to jump on your face with a Tiny, maybe a Sven, which Na'Vi like to run, and just bash you? What do you guys think?
They don't like to run Tiny.
I said they like to run Sven.
Yeah.
A Tiny or the Sven.
Maybe a tiny Sven.
Nice try.
They don't even like to run Sven that much.
You don't like Sven.
They pig it a good bit.
They like unusual combos. Like we'll see like IO quad mid. Like they just like IO like a standalone a la carte IO. They just like the IO.
Vanilla
to
IO.
steal Kano guys.
God,
Brilliant phrasing.
I hope I get a spin on this game, LD. I'm gonna shove it
You're
in
gonna
your face.
There will
murder.
be
You're gonna
so
shove that
many.
Sven
Okay.
right down my throat.
It will be the I told you so dance.
Let's talk about why they picked Beastmaster and IO together. Like the synergy is insane. You know, you have the Beastmaster Hawk to scout out ganks. You just roar someone and you can immediately relocate, and that's like a very easy pick off any stage of the game. And then you can just go back to farming on your core.
Don't you?
Can you?
He doesn't even care.
You can't
They're
blame him.
losing it.
Jesus. DreamLeague, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
So they're going to ban Night Stalker. This is entirely about having the vision
Yeah, it's
superiority more than anything.
The Beastmaster.
Yeah. Obviously, if you have an Ags or even just being nighttime, you have a pretty good chance of dealing with the Beastmaster Hawk vision. So.
All right, well, next pick, we've got a lot of nice bans. They do not want that push. No Chin, no Enchantress, no Lycan. Stay away from our towers. No split push for us, please and thank you.
So we know Digera is a very versatile carry, and we know that OD or Slacks really want to see the Sven.
Basically the
It's
same
gonna
person.
just wait for the Sven pick. Oh man.
But which hero would you like to see for Digera this game?
Gyrocopter is really good with IO.
Yep.
I think plays well around the overall Na'Vi tempo and game plan, and probably his most played hero that's still left. So I would say Gyro is an option. Other than that, nothing hugely comes out. I don't know if they will even pick his hero right away. They may try and wait and see what VP have planned.
Yeah, I agree. They usually go for kind of summons, and they've actually banned out pretty much.
Yeah, the Prophet and the Lycan are his 2 really big heroes right now.
Definitely.
I think more likely we may even see just the Dendi hero coming off the board. Queen of Pain is probably the big one.
Juggernaut is coming to mind again. It's good with both teams. And I think it actually might be a pick actually for Na'Vi. You know, you combo it up with the IO, the healing ward.
Oh. Now this is not like a go-to Na'Vi pick, but VP, I almost want to say a bit of a block pick, grabbing the Queen of Pain.
Just don't want Dendi to get it or what?
I mean, not purely they don't want Dendi to get it, but it's a nice...
It certainly wouldn't help.
It's gonna be either
a
Invoker
2-for-1
or Queen of Pain,
special,
right?
no?
Because they still have Invoker in the pool, so you now know that Dendi is gonna be the Invoker.
Is definitely a pushing hero.
This is about
Na'Vi
winning.
like.
This is also about winning the
Or
mid
Death
lane.
Prophet,
Like you get Earth Spirit, Queen of Pain. That's a very strong dual lane, and it takes away one of the best heroes to avoid the Earth Spirit ganks, which is Quap with the blink out.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, we've been seeing a lot of Wind Ranger coming out of the mid as well. How does it,
Wind
how's it
Ranger's
shape
still
up
good.
here?
When we interviewed Dendi yesterday, he said we picked Windrunner to counter the armor strategy, and they haven't really got any, you know, buffing heroes like that.
Yeah.
There are not much physical damage. Either.
Exactly. So.
Okay.
There's, I mean, the other Dendi heroes that come to mind are Invoker as well as Puck. Invoker is very vulnerable to ganks, so I think he's a bit less likely.
Oh boy.
And this is the potential push for Na'Vi, grabbing the Witch Doctor
Picking
now.
Batrider into IO is very risky as well. You know, one of the best counters to the last two.
Yep. And, we saw that a lot in a game yesterday, right? I mean,
The day before, I think.
The day before.
Yeah.
Man, time flies when you're with friends like these.
Aww.
But
Not to mention Beastmaster, who can often scout the Batrider ganks and the path of initiation, as well as just roar him immediately when he jumps in.
It's kind of similar pick to the Juggernaut. They have the dual heal with the IO with Doctor. The combination is ridiculous. If you're tethered to someone, it's pretty much impossible to kill them with the lack of burst damage they have right now, I guess.
All right, well, last pick coming out from Na'Vi. We are waiting to see what Dendy's hero could possibly be. Could be the mid Witch Doctor. I've run it before. Buy some tangos. I mean, some branches. Buy some fairy flies. A lot of right click, LD.
No. Do you even know what game we're casting right now?
There's the tiny.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Tiny. Never ever. Yeah.
Well played.
Oh boy. Oh, that's a very strange
What's that
pick.
saying about broken clocks and all that?
Oh dang, LD. Oh god. Now round it out with a Sven. Make a Sven for no reason.
Just because you can.
Then I'll just leave. If they pick the Sven, I'll just
I
leave.
may have had a guess there.
Actually,
but
the
I've already left
surprise is
once.
that
I'm gonna get put in the lever queue at this point.
we have seen
Na'Vi
Na'Vi
pick the
running Magnus, but mostly with the Juggernaut, yeah. I'm not sure if I was expecting that here, but you still have Invoker, you still have Wind Ranger in the pool as well, so...
10 seconds remaining.
So we're looking for a core for VP.
Yeah. Look over the
Yoku core.
Okay, Spectre an option here.
yeah, it's too bad they need a core.
It's pretty hard to play Spectre against Beastmaster. Your lane doesn't go that well.
But you get the Fusel Blade and basically one Haunt and Io is dead and Tiny's out of mana.
So you want something that can ideally deal with the tiny burst. So, I mean, Juggernaut isn't terrible. Pretty good at sniping the IO, potentially. Clinks comes to mind as well as a hero that can hunt the IO, give vision a bit.
If you pick Clinks, so you're kind of sort of lacking on lockdown early game. You know, you sure you have Lasso and...
Yeah, they're very reliant on the Lasso, but... I mean, what other safe later is really going to solve that problem?
Yep. Oh, wow.
It is the Spectre.
Nice one,
Thank you.
It's not going to be the easiest Spectre game, though.
Yep.
Up against the Beastmaster already, with the pressure, like the timing of a tiny IO.
It puts a lot of pressure on your offlaner as well to make the space. And
Yeah. Now, I might be wrong. This would be the first time. But is this going to be more of a mid to late game build? I mean, how much early game do both these guys have?
I think this, like, you look at the drafts, yes, Spectre is one of the hardest carries in the game. Tiny IO is a late game combo, if it needs to be, but these teams will want to fight early, so as soon as the first Haunt is ready, the Relocate's online, like, they will be going for ganks, they will be looking for pickoffs.
Okay.
The game may end up going late, but it's not going to be like, let's just farm for the late game. It will be, we're too bloody and bruised to actually push your base, so we'll wait a little bit later on.
Understandable. All right. Well, LD, what would you think would be a good pick here?
I don't know, you're the expert now, Jake.
Oh, okay. Well, geez. Typically, in this situation, I don't see anything particularly good.
Puck.
So I would have to go for...
They need someone to... I mean, they have the Beastmaster to start the fights. Having another hero who can just get involved early would be nice here. So if it's a tiny IO mid, you're looking for something that goes well with a Witch Doctor.
Oh, we're just going to go back.
Oh my god, this push. You have the Beastmaster aura, you have Alacrity on the tiny, you have Overcharge. He is going to destroy your base in seconds if you lose a fight.
Right, but we talked about how easy it is to gank the Invoker on this one as well, so...
So it's
you got
Invoker...
your Air Spirit hanging around the whole time.
Well, it's probably going to be tiny IO mid, I'm thinking, with Invoker, Witch Doctor, safe lane.
There are boxes on the stream.
We'll see.
Right
We're
there,
excited.
where
We're
you
too
want
excited.
your name to be had.
Na'Vi.
Na'Vi, you think, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think, Na'Vi?
Invoker.
I mean, I don't think it's like an obvious outdraft by any means for either
fair
team. I think it more comes down to execution, and Na'Vi has just been playing more consistently, so I go with Na'Vi as well.
Gonna have to ride the train this time. Yeah, I agree 100% with LD. It's just they've been playing better.
Really?
Even drafts. I'm going with you, buddy.
I do feel like Na'Vi has been playing better, but I will be a devil's advocate, and I will play.
I don't think anyone should be agreeing with me.
Virtus.Pro.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, weren't you wrong last time?
Virtus.Pro. Shiver is the VP picker.
Put me with Shiver. I forgot. I was
Get off
with
my
LD
team.
last time.
Get off the Na'Vi
I've
side.
had a 100% win rate so far, but
put me
we'll
with
find
Sheeves.
out. Virtus.Pro can do this one. The second game will go to Na'Vi, but we'll find out though. We're actually going to see the game before we draw conclusions. It's time for game one of Virtus.Pro versus a Na'Vi with OD Pixel and Draskell.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the casting panel. We're ready to get ourselves into the second series of the day. It's Na'Vi up against VP, of course. We've already seen them once so far today up against the side of Vega Squadron. Did manage to 2-0 them. They're back now and they're picking up the spec. Something that didn't work for Vega earlier on this evening. We'll see if they're able to do it again in return, this time VP. And Na'Vi pulling something out a little bit different, something that we don't see all the time from them. I mean, very infrequently. Tiny Iron, I don't think I've even seen it before with this lineup from Na'Vi.
It just functions really well against the heroes that VP have. You know, you can apply pressure with it. I was actually thinking more along the lines of CK instead of Tiny, because at that point they pretty much had no way of dealing with Phantasm. You know what I mean? It's like you jump in and you hope that you kill him before he pops it, or you get like an Orchid on Queen maybe. So it would have been rough. But Tiny is still pretty much the same function. You kill a base really fast, you're really strong in team fights, you're tanky, you got high burst damage. So yeah, I think for this game, the Spectre synergy with the Bat Rider is obviously there. It's good against IO. It's good against like squishier supports. But again, it's a matter of how much can they get during the early game and how much pressure are Na'Vi going to be applying with these heroes. The one thing, too, that you can look to on the side of VP if you're a fan of them is the fact that Oracle is pretty much a de facto counter against Beastmaster. So as long as Aloha Dance is in a good position, you're going to be seeing a lot of false promises on some core heroes, and that can be kind of the make or break for these team fights.
I think something interesting to talk about as well, the laning decision. They are going to stick with Denny in the mid and the Invoker. You know, obviously with the Tiny and IO, there's always that wondering whether it's going to be mid. But you feel Na'Vi are going to feel very confident with having this Tiny in the safe lane and just keeping Dendy in the mid lane as per usual. Yeah,
I think it's okay because art style is most likely going to stick around. And to be honest, this pairing of the Witch Doctor and the Invoker is a stronger lane. So we're going to see General here get harassed quite heavily. But I do think, okay, he's just turning around, he's going ham. Roll in.
Oh yeah, it's going to catch him because of that turnaround. Now with the dagger coming out, General could be in trouble, and VP looking to try and find their first blood. He pops the Fairy Fire, Yoku diving deep. But they will get it, Yoku. Does he pay of his life in? No, he just gets himself out of range, and he is prepared for the lane. He's got 7 tangos on him.
He wanted to suicide, but he pulled the campus blocked. So now he has to run all the way back. That is actually really bad for him. But, you know, because of that, General's going to get a lot of experience. So sometimes as an offlaner, you have to make the sacrifice of, okay, I'm going to die, but at the very least, I know I'll get my level 3. That's pretty much the sacrifice that's being made here. He might even get Yoku.
Ooh. I mean, General.
He does not care.
He's going straight in. Seeing what he can find. Now, Yoku's going to take a bit of time to get himself back up to fighting shape. Mid lane, Sunstruck onto No Fear in the right. This will do it. Dendy gets himself a kill in return. Na'Vi bringing it to 1-1 on the board. And yeah, Spirit's rotation to the mid punished. And G, he's not going to be happy with that.
That's a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, in this lane, even if it was a 2v1, I don't think G is going to be suffering in the experience department. It's mostly just not being able to get free CS. That's really the issue, because double deny is hard to deal with. But all things considered, you know, it's a pretty even laning phase. Tiny obviously getting the best of this, just due to the fact that Spectre is a weaker laner, and the offlane Beastmaster is able to actually pressure a decent amount.
Yeah, and talking about the offlaner for the side of VP in return, how much the back can put on the pressure for this Tiny, and at the moment it doesn't seem a lot. You know, Tiny 11 for 3, finding pretty good CS. Radiant's Kura actually being taken down though, and G, and they'll be punished for that when he will. They will find him. I think they get themselves a second one for that one, but Courier down. I don't think it had anything on though, did it at the time?
Well, then he got his salve, so yeah,
he got the salve in time. What lane? Well, we talked about FNG not being able to do anything to slow down the Tiny's farm, but he actually managed to find himself a kill there. Napalm stacking up and moves in with the Firefly. There's 2-2 on the board, and VP with a courier advantage as well.
And to be honest, Bat Rider against this lane, if the Witch Doctor is not around, you don't have enough burst is really the issue to kill the Bat. So if you go for a commitment, you use both your spells, and he just starts going on you, you get 4, 5, 6 stacks of napalm. You could very easily see a solo kill, and that's exactly what happens here. So FNG playing very well, realizing the rotation is coming out.
He's on a Aloha Dance, who has just tanked a tower shot. I guess with Yoku still around, it's hard for General to go in for that squishy kill.
He could get daggered, and then you're never going to catch up. But both offlaners actually getting a decent amount here. Obviously, FNG getting the better of it. Bat Rider just an obnoxiously strong laner in the early game.
He's on this top 4-minute rune as well. We'll see who's able to claim that. FNG trying to do his best here to disrupt the actions of the safe lane of Na'Vi. And will be able to grab and secure himself this 4-minute rune. Double damage for the Bat Rider. Artstyle grabbing the top bounty rune for himself. Now Face Boot's now done on Suspect. Yoku, he's not having a hard time, and neither is Dichirasa. Both safe laners really are finding a lot at the moment.
Yeah. The thing that's interesting about the Tiny IO versus a Spectre is that they both pretty much play the same way. They just use their ultimate to go to the team fight, and the rest of the time they're just sitting around and farming. You know, so Spectre obviously has Haunt, IO has Relocate. That's going to be the play style for both these teams. But it's going to be like the Bat Rider finds Initiation, and then there's a Haunt. Or if you're Na'Vi, the Beastmaster finds a roar, then there's a relocate. So their initiation and how they take fights is almost identical. It's kind of funny, actually. Just the burst damage that Na'Vi have with the Tiny is going to be... Actually, it might be about the same as VP's, considering the fact they have a Queen mid and not an Invoker. Maybe a bit scarier on the side of Na'Vi.
A nice play from a lower dance. We'll be able to deward the ward that Artsal had just dropped down on the high ground.
Yeah, good stuff. Vision control definitely in favor of VP right now.
And the spawn lane, thanks to that DDFNG, able to find himself a fair bit of CS. No kill though, but still he's going to be very, very happy with the progression he's found so far on the Batrider. At the moment, things yet to really kick off in terms of action. No fear though, finding Artsal. We'll just herd him back out of their own jungle. And Dendi still in the mid lane. How are you looking in terms of CS? It's 24-11. He gets the 17 for 8, but obviously you have to consider the fact that Dendi has been receiving a little bit more help than G has in the earlier stages of this lane. And so all things said and done, G holding up pretty nicely in this mid lane.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad. He's closing in on level 6. He'll be able to get some boots and a TP soon. Go for a counter gank if need be. Oh, that IO. Living life on the edge.
I mean, if this Earthspirit hits his spells...
Well, they have a ward, so they know there's a tether target on the high ground.
Okay. Oh, turn to alt lane though. He's trying to walk this off. Artsal chasing him down with the boars. Bottom lane they go in. Suneko, 4 stacks of sticky napalm. FNG moving in as well with the Firefly, trying to get himself over the IO. Should be able to do it. And the Avalanche holding him back. And FNG, can he get it? He will. One more touch across the tree line will find the kill. There'll be the toss up. They're trying to turn it. Well, I say they. Ditcher on his own is. G's come down with a rotation as well. Meanwhile, Dendi was able to find the kill onto Aloha Dance as he chased him up past the top with the and caught him with the Sunstrike. So still it's 3 for 3. Things remaining fairly even between these two sides, and it feels to be the start of a very close match this one.
Spectre's pulling ahead in terms of overall farm too, just because of Suneko going for that aggressive play in the river. Gonna see an Avalanche actually whiff here from Ditira, just trying to go for Dendi, but just didn't hit him quite in time. But because of the fact that Yoku's item timing is going to be on point.
Oh, absolutely. 7 minutes in and he's got phase with the horn available.
This is the exact timing they're looking for. The only thing now that they need to make sure that their entire toolkit is available for fighting is obviously Magnetize, and then having the Blink Dagger on the bat with level 6. But they're just going even without Blink or Lasso. Like they just smoked up. Could just be running straight towards top lane here.
Artsal, drops out the cast. There's the Rose well into the Sunstrike. It's a clean one. Yoku taken down. And a big kill for Na'Vi, but Dendi, he's feeling the heat in the mid lane. FNG coming in with the Firefly. G jumps forward with a roll forward here from No Fear, connecting onto Dendi. Dendi, can he be kept alive by Artstal's here? 3 stacks of sticky napalm. He should be fine, and he will. Now comes the turnaround. Ditcher toss an Avalanche onto FNG. Needed one more touch, but FNG gets himself up, and he keeps the stacks of sticky napalm up on Dendi, but he can't really go back in now. Needs to be a bit careful. Stun from No Fear, trying to finish the job up onto Dendi. Can he do it? He can. Dendi will get taken down here. Yoku's wanted in. They're looking for more on the Sonic. Wait for G, clip it onto 2 kills for the side of VP. They want to try and find Ditcher. Throws out the Avalanche, will take down the Earthspirit, but he will pay with his life. Yoku, double kill. Perfect team fight participation there from the Spectre, getting himself in. It ends a 3 for 1, and VP there with a favourable push and a huge Sonic wave from G as well to help clean things up.
Man, that was such good positioning, and it's showcasing the weakness right now of Navi's lineup without having the IO be level 6. You know, having to run the Tiny all the way there, not just being able to relocate and counter gank just straight up. VP abusing the fact that their Spectre, like level 6 timing, is obviously always going to be faster than the support. So taking a very fortuitous engagement, getting a lot of momentum, 3 kills, 2 of them were cores as well.
That couldn't have been a better haunt for the man. That was...
He walks away with like his urn with a charge left after being full HP, 700 gold.
Yep, that's pretty much the dream fight at 8 minutes for just to turn up and, as you said, be able to take down 2 cores plus 1 and watch yourself out of it with the air charges. So now your lane sustain is going to be pretty ridiculous. He can head back there, farm up pretty safely until he gets the haunt back online again. And it's going to be a question really of how much Na'Vi can do about that. Obviously, no sign yet of the level 6 on Suneko's IO, so relocate ganks won't be available as of yet. And all in all, just a very nice play there from VP. And Na'Vi unable to turn that one.
He's running around the river. Oh, he's fine.
And FNG's back. I mean, I kind of compared FNG to General at the start of the day and talked about General's back, but FNG this game, I mean, he's 2-0-3. We saw You know, he has been keeping the Tiny and IO on their toes, and he's been turning up to the fights at the right time. And they've just not been able to kill him. We've seen him in 2 situations where FNG just keeping himself alive.
I think, in all fairness, FNG has the easier lane. Because Artstar was sitting mid for quite a while, so you know the secondary support's not there. And then you can just keep applying sticky. Until the Tiny hits like 5 or 6, the burst is not going to be scary enough for you to even really die to.
Or mid lane, if the Spirit can hit his spells and Danny, they could try for it, but no, don't leave hands back.
There's no Sonic Wave, so without that, I don't think they have the damage to kill. Seneko now finally level 6.
There we go.
This is the time where we're going to start seeing some Beastmaster roaring to relocate. They might even just TP Deira back to base too, or does he want to stick around? Because the thing is, since the IO TP'd away, now he can't use relocate until he runs all the way back to lane. Which means that this gank, if they wanted to try to go for one, is going to be a little bit more delayed, maybe, than what they want.
Let's see what they can find general on Artstar. How far is Artstar away from level 6 in his Death Ward?
Oh, are they just going to relocate in Dendi, I guess? Yeah. So the Roar comes out, Sunstrike. Should be enough to kill either of the supports at this stage. Only 700 HP on the Oracle.
There's a G in the jungle as well here. General, the smoke, any dispel there. No messing around. Straight onto a low hard dance. Quite a low dance. He might just be able to turn it here. Keeps himself right back into the faces of Na'Vi. Now in comes Vincere, but he's been lassoed up. G trying to focus Seneko, trying to bring him down, but in fact the heal from a low hard dance actually helping Seneko keep himself alive for the time being. General being chased down the iron, tickling down the flame break. Should be enough to tick him over the edge. 29-11, he's gone. It's a killing spree for FNG. And VP, just like that, turn it around. A low hard dance doesn't go down. And Na'Vi just a bit of a mess there with that gank attempt on the side of VP as they were ready to fight.
Okay, that was close. Okay, so basically what happened is they get the Roar, the Sunstrike comes through, but the Haunt actually split the damage on the Sunstrike as Yoku.
If they can get Yoku here, is there the save? Yep, there is a low hard dance. Can he do it? Oh, no, he can't. The right clicks were enough for Na'Vi.
It was close.
Yeah. And Na'Vi needed that. Spec was having a pretty good game so far.
Yeah, his kill contribution obviously very high because he didn't start fighting until he had Haunt available. That fight was no exception. Nice Sunstrike. Close. But that was just unfortunate and really fast reaction there from Yoku to make sure that the Haunt saved. That's a dead queen right there.
That was just the final tip for Vincere. That fifth. It was a close one, but I mean, certainly Spec and Quapper then Na'Vi say, alright, you may have won the last 2 team fights, but finding the big kills in return, and a tier 1 in the mid lane. So Na'Vi bringing it back here, 7-8. And with the favourable farm as well, as we see the board, Tiny and Spec pretty much neck and neck. But Dendi on his Invoker at the top, 5.7k against G's 3.2k on the Queen of Pain. I mean, this man, he knows how to farm on the Invoker.
Absolutely. I mean, any extra Invoker is going to get a tremendous amount of farm, but Dendi's been known for Invoker for probably about as long as I've played Dota.
Probably about as long as I've lived.
Yeah, it's forever. It's weird now, right? Because you used to think of Dendi as like the young player, but he's actually not so young anymore, Owen. He's growing up.
He's a big player now. And Seneko getting stunned up. The Haunt coming through with the Sonic Wave on good dead for Seneko. He's gone. Dendi as well. And just like that, the power of Haunt jumping in, making these fights very hard for Na'Vi to kick back in time, and FNG's got an invis, and he's chasing down Vincere. Vincere heading back into the tower. A little low on the mana front. FNG is going to try and go for this one. He's still got a couple of bolt charges. Trying to keep the sticky napalm stacks up and get that to the third base. A little bit off point with that one. And Vincere might just turn it here. Pops down the avalanche. Arsenal's coming as well. The toss back underneath the tower. FNG in a bit of trouble. The Sun will not catch either of the members of Na'Vi, and they'll find that one. FNG hanging around a little bit too long and getting a little bit too greedy, looking for that timing kill.
Yeah, I bit off a little bit more than Naked True, but it's kind of understandable because you see the Corp under the tower with like no support right now. You got really good aggressive wards, so you feel like very confident in taking that dive. Unfortunately for FNG, he dies before Blink, and he was sitting at around 2,000 gold, I think, before he dropped there.
And Yoku, not like this.
That's not where you want to be.
Another Spec death. Na'Vi really finding the kills that matter. On the objectives too, we saw them take down the tier 1 mid, and now looking for another tower on the bottom lane. This is they can't know anything about this by the looks of it, VP.
I think the Spectre always has to be like on the opposite side of the map as the IO and the Tiny if you can make it happen. Because the way that they're winning is every single time they can just use the... See you later. But the way they take fights is have Spectre farm, ult in, don't just be there. Because if you're there, it's like the same thing as playing an IO Tiny like Navi are. You technically want to go for that pairing because then you're not getting any unexpected extra heroes in the fight, you know what I mean? You know exactly what kind of fight you're getting into. So a lot of the time it's hard because you just have really good positioning whenever you haunt in because you can choose who you go on. You can just go back and forth between whatever illusions. So I think it's just much safer to have Yoku always be away from the IO Tiny if possible.
And going back to earlier, obviously where we saw FNG stinted in his kind of progression towards that blink dagger, he needs to play it safe now. 1900. They need that bat blink, I feel, for the next.
Yeah, they really do.
Potential.
They're starting to rely on his initiation because, unlike a lot of the games that we see Virtus.Pro, G's not really doing much in terms of tempo control because he played against a 2v1 mid. They gave Dendy a very easy lane, and now G's playing from behind on a hero that can be bursted by 2 or 3 members of Navi with relative ease. And because of that, he's died solo to Ditira. I think he's got like 3 deaths to his name. Which normally you look to G and he's the guy who's like, alright, I'm controlling the game for you, I'm making room for Yoku to farm. But this time around, Navi have done a very good job at shutting him down. And Queen is not a good hero from behind.
Especially against someone like Ditira, who drums, and very, very close to Ags as well. I mean, suddenly the burst damage, he's not going to care too much, especially with Seneko backing him up with the damage reduction.
Yeah.
And here we have the push.
So apparently, according to this stat, is a 90% win rate if Dendy has more than 4 kills by 15 minutes.
No, 100% win rate. Because it's all previous 9. So this is the 10th game.
Oh, yeah,
so every game that he's played where he's got this amount of kills, he's won. Okay. So that's another stat you want to see if you're a VP fan.
Might as well just remake right now. But I do think that VP had a very good chance still. Their team transitions really well.
There is your combo again. They're even sending the relocate to make sure the job's done. It was just Seneko on his own, ready with the balls out.
If that keeps happening, it's going to be troublesome. But really what's making the biggest difference to me is the offlane hero itself. It's not necessarily that General or FNG are having a better game. It's just because in this type of very split pushy, small skirmish scenario, VP don't have a vision hero except for the Spectre. And if the Spectre isn't just popping Haunt to grant vision for Batrider, then you don't have that just consistency of Hawks. You know what I mean? You have 2 Hawks out for a couple of seconds overlap, and then you're consistently just knowing where you can go, knowing what fight you can take. And just that advantage alone, I think, is pushing Navi a little bit over the edge in terms of what VP are able to handle.
Maybe with this league, we'll fight but no, Dendy has got the FNG in, the Yules the combo as well, and FNG's gone. Tossed up, G will jump into the back lines with a Sonic Wave, the Magnetize as well, doing a hell of a lot. Fortune's end up to Snake up, and Snake trying to keep his team alive, but they've already lost 2. Double kill for Ditira in return. Yoku chasing down Dendy. Ditira tossing out in a lower dance as well. She's going to allow lower dance to get the final burst damage onto Dendy. Yoku looking for more. It's only General and Ditira left alive. Can VP try and chase for more? Ditira actually trying to go back in on Yoku, but the saves there from a low hard dance. Popping the false promise. Fortune's at Ditira in place. VP now decided to back out. There's a buyback from Seneko, and he's going to be boosting Ditira back up to strength into this fight. So Ditira can look to try and find some more for Navi. Turns in onto a low hard dance, takes down the Oracle. Dominating streak for the man. Can they get more? Yoku reveals himself. There's a ward there. They've got the vision. The roars out. FMG now coming back into it with the lasso onto General. G's there as well with the combo. The avalanche bursting G's very low. Will be able to blink out, and Seneko's got it. That's a dieback. Ditira getting himself a double kill. Still alive for the time being. No Fear and Yoku trying to chase him. General throws out the action of the book as well. No Fear's gone. Now the cast globals pretty much flying across onto Yoku. General moving in. The Sun Dragon gone. No, it's a double kill for General. And Navi in a fight that it looked like they were losing. Turn it around. The buyback from Seneko giving Ditira the strength to run back in.
Look at the abilities used. It's like everyone used every ability more than once.
I think they used every ability in the goddamn game, man.
That was actually insane. So that whole fight kicks off, with them going straight in, getting a really quick kill, and then between the Earth Spirit and the Queen of Pain, they land like 2 3-man ultis back to back. Like G had a really nice Sonic Wave, Magnetize Mysterio. I'm like, wow, okay, VP are actually just turning this fight super fast. And then that one buyback from the Tiny, or was it? No, it was the IO. Yeah, it was the IO. And he tethers the Tiny, and they just start going ham.
He's like, you're going back in, boss. You're going back in.
That fight lasted so long. I'm pretty sure General roared 2 times.
I'm pretty sure 6.87 came out during that as well.
Honestly, that was insane. But it's like FNG was saying during the interview, against these teams, it's just fight, fight, fight.
It really, really is. And that's why a lot of people love to see this CIS action. And VP, can they go for the plays here? Can FNG do something big? Roll in from Novik, jumping forward. Vincere turns around the corner, we hold as well. They've lost the Earth Spirit. Goku on the front lines, now he's got to back out. FNG gonna get paralyzing cast, get with the death ward. On the FNG coming back down. Has the last one to does cancel the death ward. He's hanging on the high ground, falling up as well. But now with the right click for Snake on the top, and Vincere finishing off the Batrider. Now the rest of Na'Vi looking to chase for more, forcing a low high dance back, and Na'Vi finding the space here to finish off Roshan G. Is he gonna go for the plays now? He's too late. Aegis already been picked up by Vincere. Na'Vi claim themselves Roshan. And another favourable fight there for the side. 19 minutes in, 19-14. Na'Vi maintaining the lead.
Man, that was such a big thing for Na'Vi. Not getting the Roshan taken away from them. They contest and they just end up losing, what, 2 heroes? No Fear and FNG both die there. Aegis still going the way of the Tiny. It's starting to get to critical mass, I would say, for Na'Vi. And yeah, you got the blink on the Batrider, which is nice, but General has book 3 and blink at 19 minutes. That is an enormous amount of money.
There's a bird eyeing him up for Vincere, moving in, a lower dance, he's got the magic community. He'll be fine, and he's got his mates around as well. Bottom lane,
Down, boys. Down.
No mercy for G. He tries to TP out and then blinking yours. That's all he needs ready to start making the plays now in this Invoker. Well, not that he hasn't already. I mean, he's 6-3-6. It's another shining game for Na'Vi, and Dendi on his Invoker. Yoku, line up the bottom. He's not got a horn for 25 seconds. And obviously needs a little bit more than just himself to deal with Dendi. Has got FNG making his way down here. Lasso will be up.
La Queen of Pain muere en silencio, no sabemos a qué hora muere.
They know it.
Muere,
simplemente there, spawning out FNG and FNG backing himself up. I mean, what do VP need to do here really to kind of really come back into this one?
The thing that's really hard is establishing vision. Reload here.
Yeah, Yoku, he's stuck in the ice wall. Most promise will be there. Find some time. Aloha dance, pop the fortunes in. Can they kill Seneko? That would be big if they can. Io pulling over. Now the region keeping him up. They'll take him down. Seneko now gone. Deafening blast from Denny flying through there onto 2 of them. There's going to be a mega kill streak for General. Now G jumping in the horn as well for Yoku. They'll find themselves to kill onto Dendi. Therefore gets dropped down. G's gone Arsenal still alive there. Vincere. Avalanche on FNG and Yoku. But it's a triple kill for Yoku. And Yoku's actually going to survive here. Yoku might just do with a turnaround. He gets himself ultra kill on the Beastmaster. General manages to get himself out. VP getting team wiped. And my goodness, that was so close for VP. They nearly managed to find the team fight that they needed, but Yoku's still going down in the tree line, and they can't just kill those 2 tanky cores of the Beastmaster and the Tiny.
I think the biggest thing is just, I don't think there was Magnetize there, right? Because it's all cooldown now, so he must have not had it for the fight. That is really unfortunate. I think if he had that, they might have actually walked away from that team fight with a win. And sure, the Spectre still ends up dying there, but he did get 3 kills, so yeah, it's not...
Did he spend his goal?
It's not ideal, no, I don't think he did. He had the same idea.
He was looking for the ultimate orb.
Yeah, maybe he wants to just go straight into the Mantis style, but
again... Is Mantis style really the way against the Tiny?
Yeah, I think it's really good, because if you haunt and you Mantis style and you catch out the Wisp, your Desolate just murders him. Like, you can kill him so fast. And once the IO is dead, you're either forcing him to buy back to relocate into the fight, which means he can't save the Tiny anymore, or the Tiny just dies, because he's not as tanky with that overcharge, and you can kite him out a bit easier, so maybe.
Oh, and this combo that we've seen so many times.
It's just so strong. And again, it's the difference between having vision and having a Batrider who needs another hero to give him vision. Because Hawk is just better than what Batrider can give you with Firefly.
Yeah. I mean, I really feel, when this goes into game 2, regardless of how this goes, yeah, VP do take away General's bat, but the Beastmaster, as you said, the vision game is so huge at the moment, and Na'Vi plays so well around it. Top lane, Dendi jumping in with the Tornado, Icefall as well onto Yoku. He is on his own though, so Dendi can't really look for this one and plays it safe, just in case there's any reaction from VP. And we'll hang back here in the sidelines.
I think VP needs to make sure they're sticking to 5-man Dota right now.
Yeah.
They can't afford to take like these skirmishes.
Cuidado.
Tiny is coming in on the
Oh, they
side.
know he's there.
Yeah, Tiny. Can he get himself in range? He's coming forward. No blink, but he's got that Yasha and drones. Very speedy. There'll be a horn, and yeah, Spec's going to get himself out to the sidelines. But they've actually found Seneko on the back of this one, and that's the Io gone down. This could be a good fight for VP. Io gone. Arsenal is worth the camera move, and that's the 2 supports gone from this fight. FNG, can he find anything else with G? Dendy pops the tornado back. Hold on for the time being, but they did get the lasso off with the back rider. Dendy taken down, and VP
Oh,
finding themselves a key fight at a very crucial moment of the game when Na'Vi were getting more and more momentum. VP with that one start to shut them back into position. General on his retreat, winking away. FNG tries for a flame, like checking if he was up on the high ground, but he did manage to go down to the south. But 3 kills for VP and not losing anything for that one.
The ward doing work there inside of their own woods. It spotted Artstyle and Seneko walking towards top, and then because the Ghost Walk debuff was on Yoku, they obviously know that Dendy's there. So because of that, they knew that the fight was going to be split.
Necro units, my friend.
That's a sad Queen of Pain, honestly. This has got to be one of those games where you feel so helpless as Queen of Pain, because you got dual laned. You never really had an opportunity to go farm anything. It's just been constant fighting. And he's even had to change his item build, going for the straight Orchid into a BKB instead, because he just realizes that if I don't have Magic Immunity, I'm just going to blink in and die. A really hard game for a Queen of Pain, honestly. Like, between that and the difference in the off lanes, I think that's just kind of given Na'Vi just this huge advantage.
I mean, Na'Vi, just looking at the net worth on their free, as you said, just this advantage that they do have, it seems to be never-ending. Even with VP finding fights like that, they're just not closing this gap between, for instance, the Spec and the Tiny. I mean, Ditchera, we have seen him pull off some very impressive games in terms of numbers over the last few days. He always seems to be at the top of that board, and today, on Tiny, it's no exception. And on a hero as well that we're not that used to seeing him play. I
mean, to be honest, the thing that's more impressive is General's net worth.
That's true.
The guy had a harder lane. He's almost got Refresher, Book 3, and Blink in a 25-minute game.
How many minutes are we at? 20? What?
You want to just go ahead and explain to me how he has that much farm?
I'm calling hacks.
You want to know why Na'Vi are winning? It's because of the Beastmaster.
Can he play his way out of this one?
I don't think so.
Caster's curse. We always talk someone up and then they die.
Yeah, but you know, at the same time, it gives VP away back into the game. So you Caster's curse somebody to make it more exciting.
Yoku's going to be incredibly happy with that kill, ending that godlike streak.
That's a lot of money. I wonder if he just goes straight for Diffusal now, or if he wants to go for something that gives him more HP. I think Diffusal is so good here. Because you want to be able to hop in the fight, you want to kill the IO as soon as humanly possible, and Seneko will most likely go for a Ghost Scepter to try to stop himself from getting tunnel vision by the Spectre. Yeah. So it would be a nice item to have, just to say, okay, go ahead and buy your Ghost, because it's not going to do anything. He could end up going for the Glimmer Cape, I suppose, but you can actually purge that too if you're fast enough. But you have like a half a second window.
Yeah. I mean,
that one's obviously much harder to purge, though.
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, VP, they're still fighting, you know.
They really
this is not an over game by any means.
Not at all.
And even given the fact that, you know, we've been talking up General, how he's had a fantastic game, playing from behind like VP have been is so difficult. Like, you have Book 3 Beastmaster going around dewarding everything. They've just been struggling to maintain any semblance of vision that they can. Hopefully they can make good use of a smoke gank or two coming up soon and try to get Roshan going their way, because we're gonna see how long it's gonna be in a couple of seconds. And a quick Roshan, maybe a well-timed smoke. Looks like Na'Vi are gonna be the ones going first here.
Could be more well-timed than that as well. As you call it, Na'Vi. Let's see what they can find. Although I dance.
Oh, they got Veil on Nokia. This is actually a good pick.
Yeah, Oracle out of the fight. Can he do anything to save himself? No, he can't. That's gonna be one down to cast the death ward onto Nofa, and Nofa is gone.
Oh dear.
40 seconds for those two, and VP need everything they can for these defenses. They do have the fortification, but Na'Vi could potentially come in pretty hard down the mid lane. Let's see what they can do. G just with the Sonic Wave, trying to clear out some of the push, but Na'Vi don't care. They'll stay there and they'll stand strong. Fortification coming out now. But Ditchera on this Tiny, slapping down the tier 3, turns his attention towards the Rex, and there should be at least a set of Rex here for Na'Vi in the mid lane.
God, he like 4 shots the range Rex almost, that's insane. That was backdoor protected as well. Man, that is just... It's so demoralizing because you were really close to making your way back into the game, and then off of 2 picks, because the enemy team has Tiny and Boker, you just lose your building. Like, all right, well, so much for that melee racks. But again, Roshan's up. A big opportunity here for VP. They can get one good fight.
And this refresher timing as well. I mean, we talked about it earlier, but he has now got it done. General on his Beastmaster.
Dude, he is so
It's got to be one of the quickest refreshers we've seen in competitive.
Honestly, I don't understand. Actually, like, how does he have this much? I mean, obviously the guy's 10 and 3, so yeah, he's got a lot of kills. But still.
We'll see what he can find. He's the one leading the way here for Na'Vi, but VP keeping themselves out of Vision's way. No, start to come back up the river.
Oh, they have the high ground advantage.
VP, what are they going to find? Na'Vi, Artstar coming around. The wall will be dropped. They spot out Artstar. FNG jumps straight in and he's not messing. Last one's the Witch Doctor, bringing him in. General pots one roar. The Sunstrike coming down to lower dodge. He has to the second one, but he's been silenced. Double low dodge. Himself up a teacher over the BKB. Coming in with the right fist, pounding through the side of VP. No bit down. That's going to be 2 Yoku. Just ready to find Artstar, but a low hard out. He's going to drop as well as Ditchera hits himself a wicked 6th streak on the Tiny. It's a 3 for 1. And they're good to go. Na'Vi down the mid lane. There is a buyback available on spec, but of course there's going to be no horn. And we've already seen how quickly Na'Vi can dismantle the base here with Ditchera's Tiny.
Yeah, one club, building dead. And also getting painted.
And Denzi again, just with these combos, it's just perfect play upon perfect play from the side. And VP, as hard as they've tried so far in game 1, it's not looking too great. There'll be buybacks from both G and Yoku, but already Dendi is on Yoku's case. Popping the Wise Wall down, holding the Spectre at bay. It's going to be a second set of racks for Na'Vi. And we'll see if they play it safe or stick around for more. They've already got 2 buybacks out. There's no reason for Na'Vi to go tick on home.
I think it's very difficult for VP to win a straight up engagement right now. I mean, Beastmaster being dead might make Na'Vi wait a little bit before they try to go for the Roshan, but they can still position themselves around the pit to make sure that VP at the very least don't get it. And there's still 2 lanes pushing in all the time now because of that middle and top rack. And G just dead again. Just dead. Sunstrike.
G was always tanking some of the creeps or something on the top lane.
Yeah, it hasn't been the best game for him. He's 2 and 8.
Oh,
it's rough. To be honest, I feel like the team fights, it's not really, in my opinion, that Na'Vi are outfighting VP. I just think that VP make the fights difficult on themselves because the laning phase went, I would say, pretty massively in Navi's favor, seeing how General came out of laning phase with so much, like having a very early book 3 and a blink prior to 20 minutes. And also the fact that I think FNG, even getting that one solo kill, it just felt like that one death and delaying his blink.
FNG grabs Ditchera. They can take down this Tiny, but Snakeho's there with the save. Brings him just back out to the side as well. He doesn't want to take Ditchera home. He wants to keep him pushing. They've got Mega Creeps in their side. Can they take it deathward? This is an agony deathward from Artstar, laying down onto FNG. They're now forcing him back, and now Ditchera. BK beat up, slaps onto Yoku. VP crumbling, and GG is called. Na'Vi do it once again, taking the game 1 here against VP. It was a good showing from VP, but at the end of the day, just look at the farm on Na'Vi. Their core, some of them doubling that of VP's respective. It's a 25,000 lead. And even though the kills didn't look that bad, it was just Na'Vi, as we've kind of got used to over the last few days and week or so, just playing the better game of Dota 2, and VP being unable to parallel that this game.
It's just that Na'Vi can fight with such consistency because of their heroes. So you have this Batrider, and we talked a lot about Vision, and really that's what came down to me, is like not having something to set up for the Batrider